when only through modern science that we've come to realization that the universe had a common origin. And now you have a man in a desert 1444 years ago explaining the intricate details of cosmology. So how do you explain the knowledge that he's bringing from where?
Yeah, well, before Muhammad's time, there was the ancient Greeks. Yeah? There was other people who researched this information, like Aristotle, like them kind of people.
Don't give me names.
He obviously
specifically tell me
like
what did they believe
Aristotle's
in?
beliefs, right?
What did he believe in about cosmology?
Say the word, it hits a nerve. That's what I mean. He didn't invent a toothbrush. I mean, it's another thing he claimed, the bizwack. Oh, people didn't brush their teeth before Muhammad, right?
Talk about football next,
Come off it, bro.
Are we gonna?
People have been brushing their teeth.
Are we gonna talk about football next?
We're not talking about football.
I'm talking about cosmology, common origin of the universe. Your objection or a response to my example is Greeks knew it.
You're saying, how did he know that? Information was already given. Things what he should have known.
What did the Greeks know about the common origin of the universe?
I'm not, I haven't researched.
Like, you're making an assumption they knew.
Mythology, but I know there's information there, but you're trying to say, how did he know this? It's only 1400 years ago.
One moment.
It's not that long ago in the time frame of like
if
human
you
development.
Personally have not known what the Greeks believed, not cosmology, what was their understanding, then you have no grounds to
Alexander the Great, bruv, he was a smart dude. He got taught by a wise scholar.
I don't think you are
able to... That's how we had a huge empire in the world, which included all them countries. Yeah, so you're trying to say before Muhammad there was no one who was smart.
Do you know what your objections
are? It doesn't make sense, bro. It's only 1400 years ago.
Every single example
that you turn up now and say, no, Muhammad was wrong, I'm the last prophet, what he said was wrong, what I'm saying is right, yeah? I wasn't there, I wasn't a witness, but by God, I am more right than Muhammad. If I do that strongly enough, I get enough people to believe that, then I'm the next prophet, bro. You understand? And I will say, like, okay, no, you don't even have to bow down and pray, you just go down on one knee. Yeah? I'm a new prophet, bro.
Let me understand what you've just said so far, right?
I'm a prophet of God, bro.
Allow me to explain to you what I've understood so far. I gave an example on cosmology. Your response or reply was, the Greeks knew it, Aristotle knew it. Then I asked you, tell me, from the Greeks, what did they believe about the common origin and the expansion of the universe? Because you know very well, if you haven't known, I will tell you.
Separating the waters. That was in the Bible, brother.
Excuse me.
You talk about knowledge shared by
Are you going to be charitable enough to give me the chance to respond?
Separated to heaven and the waters on earth, right? Is that what you're referring to?
The Greeks did not believe that there was a huge separation from the earth and the universe. The skies, the planets, the galaxies, and so on. So you are basing your response on pure speculation.
No, that's what Muhammad was doing.
Excuse me. I am asking you to provide me, in your counter response, where did people in the Greek world, ancient Greek, is that your level of knowledge? Is that level?
Mate, bro,
is this how you research from Google?
It's more knowledge than Muhammad had, right? It's more knowledge than Muhammad had.
Hang on.
Was it forbidden?
I've got Google, I've got scientific facts, and yet you calling me, like, you're saying what I'm saying is wrong?
Of course not. But my point is, such an information, if a man gives to you, you need to know the source of that information. Because you cannot, can you see the heavens and earth being separated at one point? Because you really need to know the science of modern day to understand that there is the universe expanding, and at one point it wasn't expanding. It was a common origin, and there was a big explosion, right? This is one of the big models of our cosmological understanding of the universe. So, if you're going to tell me the Greeks knew it, which Greek? Which one?
I never mentioned anything.
This gentleman mentioned, but I'm saying, it is sometimes, as a quick response, people do that. But this really shows you have not really gone into detailed understanding of the subject matter. And as a quick response, saying, yeah, of course they knew it. But when questions, you are unable to provide anything. You're saying, Google it. while I'm speaking to this gentleman, you can Google it and say which Greek philosopher, Greek scientist came up with this idea that yes,
Bro, it's in the Bible.
Hang on. You said Greek, no, it's the Bible. Okay.
God separated the heavens and the earth.
Tell me in the
That's
Bible.
like one of the first
Tell me
chapters
in
of
the Bible where God says everything was made from water. Because this is what I'm providing. This particular man, Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, he said two things: astrophysics and biology. That the earth and everything beyond the earth was joined into one piece, and there was a forceful separation. Point number one. Point number two, God brought every living thing from water. Living thing from water. Not material things, living things. I know many Greek philosophers have different beliefs about what they considered the roots of everything. The 5 elements, the 6 elements, the 4 elements, and so on. But we're talking about a knowledge claim that every living thing is made from water. So, you can Google if you want, if this is your only source of information, and provide me. So unless you give me
I don't have to Google. You're saying, okay, he might have been, maybe he was right about what you're saying.
How did he know?
But he was wrong about where sperm came
Okay, let's come back to that.
And he said the breastbone of a woman.
Okay, let's come back.
How does sperm come from the breastbone of a woman or the backbone?
I'm explaining.
And that got taken out of the Quran.
Excuse me.
Because in Arabic, it actually means feminine. So when they say the backbone...
Quran is in Arabic and it will always be in Arabic.
In Arabic, yeah, that's
It's
right.
not taken away.
So if you can read Arabic, it actually says it's the feminine, right? So it means the backbone of a woman. Not even the breastbone of a man, bro.
One second.
The rib of a man, the breastbone of a woman. So Muhammad was wrong about that. But you're saying, oh, he was a prophet because he said that there was some kind of big bang, which is probably already being debated in theory.
Would you like me to respond to your example where there's...
But you're saying, okay, he might have been right about one thing, but he was wrong about that.
You're not listening, are you?
He was wrong about that.
You're not listening, are you?
But was he right about it? Was he correct? No, he wasn't.
I am saying, hear me out. I want to address what you've just said about so-called scientific error.
Please.
Are you willing to listen?
I'm listening.
Thank you.
How are you going to explain that one, bro? Like, how does sperm come from the breastbone, the backbone of a woman?
Oh, you're not finished clearly. Once you're finished, then I will speak.
No, I wanted to explain that. Yeah.
No. Once you're finished, I'll explain.
Finished, bro. Go ahead.
You're finished. So I would expect no interruptions while I'm explaining to you. Right. How good is your human anatomy and physiology and biology? Because this is resting on the understanding of where sperm is ejaculated during the moment of ejaculation. It is not about...
I want to hear this.
It is not about where sperm is developed, formed and stored. The Quran talks about يَخْرُجُ مِنْ بَيْنِ الصُّلْبِ وَالتَّرَائِبِ. It proceeds from. So it doesn't say it begins its journey. It doesn't say this is what it's stored. It doesn't say this is what it's made. It's all about expulsion. It's expulsion of them. So according to, firstly, I want to know how much you know about science firstly, okay? According to biology, during coitus, okay, when a human male ejaculates, where does the ejaculate from, excrete from, come out from? Then I will talk about what the Quran says and how this is in line with the Quran. So now let's deal with it scientifically and textually as it says in the Quran.
You still haven't dealt with it, bro.
I am going to deal with it.
For a whole 4 minutes now.
I am dealing with it.
3 minutes.
So according
How
to
long
science,
do you need to explain, bro?
I will tell you.
Please go
5
ahead.
minutes.
I'm still
so
waiting.
I started 1 minute. In my 1 minute, I'm pausing to ask you a question. According to the scientific understanding of human ejaculation during coitus, okay? Where does the fluid that's ejaculated from a human male body come from?
It don't come from the breastbone of a woman, does it?
Where does it come from?
That's what Muhammad said.
Don't tell me where it comes from.
The breastbone of a woman, which is false.
Excuse me.
Yeah? The rib of a man, the breastbone of a woman, which is false.
Relax.
I'm relaxed, bro.
What I am asking
telling
you,
like, you can keep talking, but you're not gonna like tell me that something is.
Does it come from my umbrella?
Modern day.
Well, obviously don't.
Modern day.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that a woman's breastbone? Is that a man's rib?
Listen. According to modern day medicine, it doesn't come from the umbrella, right? So now I'm asking you, from what you know, from the medical knowledge, because you must have really looked into what does science have to say. Otherwise, you'll be making a fool of yourself, not knowing what the biology is, and then claiming it's a scientific mistake.
It doesn't come from the breastbone of a woman, no matter how much you say, no matter how much spin and twist, and how much like changing the truth that you try and do. It does not come from the breastbone of a woman.
I haven't told you where it comes from yet. Brother,
that's what Muhammad said.
Wait,
so you say Muhammad was wrong?
Wait, my friend.
Is that what you said?
Wait, my friend.
Well, let me give you a
chance again.
statement here.
Let me give you a chance again.
Islam.
To to say something like in the Quran there's a medical scientific mistake is to know what the medical knowledge says about this matter. So I'm going to ask you again once more, final chance for you. According to biology, human biology, not animal biology, worm biology, according to human biology, where does the ejaculate excrete from during ejaculation?
Not the breastbone of a woman.
I'm not asking where not, I'm saying where from. Do you know?
Not the breastbone of a woman.
No, don't tell me where not.
You're trying to say Muhammad was correct. Well, you just said it wasn't.
Does it come from your nose? It doesn't.
It's a devil in your nose.
Hang on. It doesn't come from your nose, and I know. It
It's a
doesn't come from
devil in your nose.
One second. Look, I know.
You got to blow your nose, haven't you?
My
Or
friend,
the devil will be staying in your nose.
My friend, listen.
That's another biological
Does it come from your teeth?
mistake. Our flies,
Excuse
if
me.
a fly falls in a
Relax.
drink, it's half of that fly going to cure your disease.
I will
no,
address
it's
that
not.
if you want.
That's another
But what you're
biological
doing is-
mistake.
I will address you one
from
by
your prophet.
Can you remind me? Remind me of the examples he brings. And I want to see he's really a gentleman to able to listen
If
to
a fly falls in my drink,
excuse me.
half of it is not going to cure any disease.
My friend.
That's another biological error
My friend,
said
my
by
friend,
Muhammad.
I am more than willing to respond to every single example you bring. I am
Okay.
now dealing with your example, a supposed scientific mistake about where the ejaculate is excreted from. So now, in my response, to see whether you even understand medically where it comes from, because if you didn't, then to say some medical mistakes, scientific mistakes, is really making a fool of your own self. So let me ask you.
Stop, mate. I've just given you two biological errors that your prophet, the most perfect
that's your
one,
claim, right?
told you.
That's
and
your claim.
they're lies.
That's your claim.
I'm telling you that
and
now.
I am deconstructing your claim to
No,
show
you try
how.
and put spin on it, which is what the Quran is about the Bible. You try and put spin on everything, try and make your own version of offence. They're not correct, mate.
Why
you're
are you
either
so,
correct
why
or
you,
you're not correct.
Why are you suffering from inferiority complex? If
What's
you really think, look,
complex, man?
I'll
That's
tell
what
you
the
what
Bible
it
is, bro.
I'll
You're
tell you,
clout
I'll tell you.
chasing. You're
An
clout chasing the
inferiority
Bible.
Okay. An
I can make up my own thing. Like I said,
listen.
do exactly what Muhammad done.
An
Make up my own
inferiority
version
complex
of the whole
says-
thing and be like, I'm the last prophet.
My friend.
Like, I come 1400 years after Muhammad, but he was a liar. I'm correct.
you have to be patient.
Mary was a liar. Jesus was a liar. Yeah, that's what Muhammad
Then
did.
I will
so I
explain.
could come 1400 years later and be like, no, Muhammad was wrong. I'm the last prophet. Look, here's a book that I've heard
Every
from
single
God.
example you've given,
I went into
you
a
were
cave.
wrong in
I
those
went into a
examples.
cave and Jibril told me this book. Yeah, you believe me, right? I'm the last prophet, bro. Not Muhammad.
Can I reply?
Me.
Can I reply?
Yeah. So no, that's what Muhammad did
Can I
about
reply?
Jesus Christ, the Son of God. He said, you believe in the virgin birth, but you don't believe.
Could I reply?
You believe Mary, which essentially had a virgin birth, but you don't believe that Mary saw
Do you
her own
consider-
son on
do
the
you-
cross. You think that Mary mistook her son dying on the cross for another man. That's what Islam believes, bro. But at the same time, you believe in the virgin birth. So how can you say we believe in the virgin birth, but we don't believe that Mary saw her own son die on the cross? You're calling the mother of God a liar, bro. And that is why Islam will never really do what you want it to do. Because
done?
it's based on
Are you done? Can I
falsities,
speak
bro.
now?
I've given you many falsities
I
already,
speak?
and you've still not backed up one of your points.
Can I speak? Without
Where
interruption?
sperm come from, anything like
Can I
that.
speak
You've
without
not
interruption?
given me anything that's
Can I-
actually correct.
So be a civilized gentleman
I'm civilized, bro.
and let me speak.
This is me civilized. Welcome
let
to
me
London,
speak.
bro.
And let me
this
speak.
is civilized.
No, I want you to be civilized. And let
I'm
me
civilized,
speak.
bro.
Okay, let me speak then. Thank you.
This is
a sign
England,
of
mate.
civility in England is when somebody asks a question, they should listen to the answer. Do you not agree? Yes. Does she look like
got
Arab or in
free
English?
speech- free
She looks
speech
like
in
English
this
to you,
country.
right?
No, she don't.
Good. Now,
free speech in this
so,
country.
in free
It's like maybe
speech,
Serbian, Kosovan, something like that. You can get white Muslims that don't
Are you
come from
Serbian?
England.
you're Irish. Oh,
Oh,
right.
like Sinead O'Connor. God bless you.
Now, let me respond now. So you, as an Englishman in London, in England, show some civil behavior. So, as I said, you were wrong in every single example you
No, I
brought.
wasn't. No, he wasn't. No, I wasn't. Exactly.
Don't interrupt.
You're spinning it
I am
now.
explaining. So
Okay,
when I'm
you-
done, you can have a counter
Many
reply.
mistakes.
You can have your rebuttal. You can have a response.
And you
So
can't actually answer
I am
one,
about to answer,
one of those
and
points
you are so much.
with facts.
Listen.
You have to spin it.
Do you know
can't
why-
give me facts, bro.
Do you know why you are so afraid to listen to the
1400
answer?
years ago. Nah, Muhammad
Do you know why
was
you're so
wrong. I'm
afraid?
right, bro.
You
Yeah?
keep looking at me as well. I don't know. What's your name, mate?
My name's Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Alex, I'm looking at you
Alexander.
because you are observing the situation
Yeah, sure.
as a neutral person, and you're seeing how the inferiority complex is being demonstrated. And what I mean by that is this. Someone who's not sure of their own position, they always have this complex like, oh, I may be wrong. And look,
are you a politician? You like spinning things and not giving a clear answer.
You
just give me a
so
clear answer.
Afraid
I've given you 4 or 5
listen
points,
to the answer.
4 or 5
I am
mistakes in your
about to
Quran,
answer
and
you
you're not giving me one
systematically.
actual factual answer.
Okay, listen now. According to
You're giving me
science,
spin.
hear me out now. According to science, the sperm is not ejaculated from the bones here. It's not ejaculated from your spinal column. It's not ejaculated from your nose or your teeth or your hair. It's not. So I am not asking where it's not from. I'm going to tell you where it's from. So you have in your human anatomy, we call the testicles, right? The testes, in which the sperm develops. They grow and they mature. As they mature, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, he's praying like a Satan. So now use a charm, brother, to recite Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Ayatul Kursi on this gentleman who's doing magic, right? So now, right, no, this man. Now, so look at him. I am, because I know him. Now, so now, my Muslim brothers, Ayatul Kursi on this gentleman and let's see what happens. Now to answer your question is this.
I'm the last prophet, bro.
Listen.
Muhammad was wrong. I'm right.
Listen.
I'm the last prophet, bro.
Listen. So, according to science, so the sperm is developing, maturing. As they mature, they travel through the epididymis, going along this seminal duct, right? Called seminal vesicles. It's called vas deferens. All the way it travels up, and there's this ampulla. Okay? So when during the coitus, during the point of ejaculation, the secretions from the prostrate gland, the Cooper's gland, from the ampulla, from the vas.
It's not the breastbone, no, is it?
I am teaching you science.
It's not the rib of a man or the breastbone of a woman. This is what Muhammad said.
Don't interrupt while I'm giving you some lessons, right?
But you can't just say Muhammad
Don't
something
interrupt
else.
me when I'm giving you some lessons.
Muhammad said one thing.
Teaching an Englishman.
The breastbone of a woman and the rib of a
Civilization,
man is where the
manners,
sperm
and
is
science.
made.
Right. So let me tell you.
There, bro.
My friend, listen. So according to medical science, that I explained to you, all of these things, they don't come from your, ignorant belief, from your testicles. It doesn't come from there during ejaculation. It will take you 7 to 14 days. You have to wait for that. So, because it doesn't come at that point during ejaculation, so it comes from the other places I mentioned, mixture of these fluids. Now, where is it located? If you think a human body is like a cylindrical, because that's how in medical science we explain the anterior and the posterior, right? We describe the human anatomy, location of organs using this kind of terminology. This is anterior to, this is posterior to. Human body is like a cylinder. To understand the position of, are you reciting Ayatul Kursi? But this man is still,
Is anyone fed up with his cap yet,
right.
bro?
So, as a cylindrical body,
long to answer this question.
I am now teaching you proper science. Listen.
And think, I've seen this man on TV.
I will now teach you properly what science says.
I've seen this man in this part. He's had a lot of arguments, and he still cannot give me like a 30-second answer.
So go to him. He's doing magic.
Of why Muhammad said sperm is made in the breastbone
listen,
of a woman.
my friend.
He can't.
So as a cylinder,
next one. What about the fly that falls in your drink? How does a fly cure disease if it falls in your drink? You've had long enough, mate. You've had long enough. I ain't got all day.
Then come back another time. I'll explain to all the other people.
You've been here a lot of times.
I'm going to explain to people. I am answering. You are afraid to hear the answer.
I'll give you 5 points.
So the answer is this. In a cylindrical body system, we describe the location of the internal organs by the anterior or the posterior of the cylindrical shape. What the Quran does, it gives you a position of the position of this is between the backbone and the ribs. The backbone is the anterior position and the posterior position is the spinal column. So now what we find is the Quran is exactly as it says, in between min bayna sulbi wa taraib, from in between the anterior position and the posterior position, which is where it's located. So according to the science doesn't have a problem with that. Science is exactly, this is located in between these two anterior and posterior positions. So you have been debunked in your understanding of what the Quran says, what the science says. Next example
Mary
about the fly.
debunks
Let me
Islam.
talk about the fly.
Mary
You think
of the virgin birth
you think fly,
did not
man,
mistake
fly. I'll talk
seeing
about the
her
fly.
own son die on the cross.
I'll talk about the fly
what Islam
if
is
you're
based
really
on.
brave enough to listen to the answer. Okay?
Believe in the virgin
Fly.
birth, but then you call
So
her a
according
liar
to-
about her own son, seeing her
according-
own son die.
according-
What kind of mother is going to mistake her own son being tortured on a cross in front of her? No woman
Do you want me
is
to
going to
address
mistake
your
that,
ignorance
especially
about
not
the
the mother
hadith
of
about
God.
the fly, or do you want to talk
You
about
can't
address
call
the
the mother
virgin
of God a
birth?
liar, bro.
Okay.
I call Muhammad a liar, bro.
Can I ask
You
you?
can't call the mother of
Can
God
I
a
ask you
liar.
a simple question?
Simple as that.
Can I ask you a simple
You
question?
know what I mean? I was right.
What did-
I wasn't there, but I'm right. He was
Okay.
wrong.
I want
and
to
that's
ask.
exactly what he did.
I want to ask the
600
crowd.
years later,
I want
he
to
made
ask the
up his
crowd.
own version. And
I
was
want
like,
to
I'm
ask the
right.
crowd.
Jesus was wrong. No,
And
man,
Alex,
Jesus was not wrong.
according to the mother of Christ, what was her perception who Christ was? Did the mother of Christ think and believe and know that Christ was God?
I think she knew he was special, mate, because she had a
Did
virgin
she
birth,
know that
which
Christ
Islam
was
believes in,
God is the
but yet
question.
You don't believe.
So
that
I
Mary
would
saw
like
her
Alex
son
to
die
answer
on the
this
cross.
question.
Because you call Mary a liar, bro. It's your fault.
Alex, did the mother of Christ,
Mary
Miriam,
debunks Islam.
did she know that Jesus Christ is God?
Is that why you hate women, bro?
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
I wasn't even listening.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Did the
Mary
mother
debunks
of
Islam.
Christ, Mary,
Get out
know
of the
that
camera.
Christ was God?
We want to be
Yes?
famous. Get out of the camera. You
Where
You come
did
and start
you
filming
get
me, you
this
dickhead.
from?
the
I was
question.
talking to
Where
him,
did you get
bro.
this information from?
Answer the question.
I was talking to
Or
him,
get
and you
out
come
of the
start
camera.
filming me, bro.
Someone else want to be
Right.
famous.
Those of you who believe this is the case, where did you get that belief from that Mary, the mother of Christ, knew that Christ was God?
Yeah, I'm not
What is your
scholar,
source of
but I've
information?
answered this
Because the
man.
Bible
I've
doesn't
posed
say anything like
questions
that.
he cannot answer.
So where do you get it from?
That he has to spin and try
Such
and
a waste
shout
of energy
louder.
to even consider that question. The end will probably happen. Why don't you focus your energies on trying to fix the society?
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing.
Scripture from the Old Testament. The same as
Yes.
why
Is God
when
real?
Muslims say, right, when Jesus was on
Is
the
God
cross
real?
and he said, Father, why have you forsaken me? And Muslims see that as
obviously Alex is not gonna
why
answer.
is he asking God? Why is he asking
You know
the
why
Father?
is Alex not going
why
to
has he
answer?
forsaken me?
Because he knows
was
that he's
reciting
just
scripture.
waffling.
You look at Psalm 22, it says exactly what
so
Jesus
we will
was
leave
saying
Alex-
as he was dying on the cross.
Because he
So
is
was
not
reciting
someone
scripture,
who's
even as he was
reasonable
dying on the cross.
to discuss with.
Right, so
He
that
is
answers
someone
that
who's
question
emotional
to you. Why
and
is he asking
totally
the Father?
blinded by blind
He's
faith.
reciting scripture.
So may God open up your heart and mind to show you critical thinking.
He showed me a lot.
To show you
He
how
showed me
to
I've done a lot
reason,
of study myself.
to how to use your brain and your intellect, and to come and arrive at the truth using those faculties. Because if you did, you'll become a Muslim. That's what a Muslim is.
Nah, I wouldn't.
Someone
That's
who
what you
critically
like to
thinks,
believe.
utilizes their faculty of
That's
intellect,
like you think Jesus
reasoning.
was a Muslim, right?
Hang on.
Jesus was a Jew, and yet you still try and call him a Muslim.
Okay, let me.
It's just-
Can I address that? Can I address
I'm
this,
not Jew.
Alex? Can I address that question?
No, Jesus was
Okay.
a Jew, brother. He wasn't a Muslim.
Do you know what a Muslim is? What is a Muslim according to us?
Submits to the will of Allah.
Submits to the will of
Who
God.
is Allah, bro?
No, submits. A Muslim is someone.
Is Allah Yahweh?
Listen, a Muslim is
Then he's
someone.
not my God, bro.
I'm a friend. Hello, Alex. A Muslim is someone who submits and surrenders their will to the will of one true God. That's our
Yeah, the
definition.
one true God.
That's our definition.
Who is Yahweh and
Wait.
His Son Jesus Christ.
That's our definition. Now, according to our definition, is Jesus a Muslim or not? Did he submit his will willingly and sincerely?
He was God. How can he submit his will to? He is God, bro.
Pray or not? Did he pray
That's
or
what the
not?
Bible says. He was subservient to God.
And then Muhammad
he
said
pray or not?
600 years later that he ain't. Well, I come 1400 years after Muhammad,
Did he pray to
and I
God?
say Muhammad was wrong.
Did he pray to
So
God?
I'm a prophet now. Do you know what? I've got my own book.
Did he pray
It's
to
kind
God?
of like the Bible, but it's not. It's like a spin-up, made-up thing of the Bible. Yeah, but I'm the last prophet. That's all you guys
Did he
need to know.
pray or not?
That's all you guys
Did
need
he
to know.
pray or not?
Yeah,
Jesus.
he did, bro. Of course he did. Yeah.
Jesus, where's his name?
I'm not going on here.
He did enough.
I want you to.
He hasn't even
teach
answered
him
the
some
first point, yeah? Let alone the other
Islamic
5 biological points that are made to him that are incorrect in the
Did Jesus
Quran.
pray to Alex? Did Jesus pray to God?
Can you answer, like, if a fly
No, no,
falls in
answer
a
me.
tree,
I was about to, but you ran away from it.
how a fly can cure
I was
disease
about
if
to
it
answer,
falls
you
in
ran
a tree?
away from the answer. Because you are so afraid to hear the answer.
Scientifically, a fly falling in your drink.
I have a whole video on this matter available on the internet, seen by lots of people, answering in detail.
Will it? Okay, let's ask a doctor that, bro.
Prophet ﷺ said, if a fly falls into the drink, dip it in, for in one of the wings.
Do you agree with him?
For in one of the wings,
Anything he
there
says.
is.
I don't want to go into it.
Why not?
Let them talk.
No, I want to speak to you because I heard you are agreeing with him in many points. So I would like to hear your views. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Recite Ayatul Kursi on this gentleman over there. Look at this, how he's doing magic on him. Yeah.
We were just
Recite it.
talking, and then everyone come on and started filming.
No.
I've not moved.
Alex.
Are you a Christian?
Now,
Why do you believe
now
God
the
has a son?
scientifically it's been proven
Yeah, the fly
that
in the
one of
drink.
the wings
Why do you believe he has a son?
of the fly, there is an antidote
Can he have a wife?
opposite to the other fly, to the other wing. It's been scientifically proven. So if you have got, if you have got a dispute
about
with
can
them,
he or not?
dispute it with
Can he have a
science.
wife?
Oh,
Now,
but that's not
science-
scientifically correct.
You
You
believe
cannot
in
tell me a
Christianity,
fly in
God
the
can
drink
have a
will cure a disease.
Maybe
It doesn't cure a disease. So you understand, if you got
You
bitten
believe
by a
God can have a
snake,
wife in your belief system?
there is an antidote to that, yeah?
So you need some of the venom
So-
of the snake.
And
Why?
and
Not a
you
fly.
need
So why does Muhammad say snake and not a fly in your drink?
No, Muhammad never said the snake. He said the fly.
So the fly falls in your drink, one
So
wing
dip
gives
it
the other
in,
wing
dip
kills
it in,
it. Why didn't he
dip
say a
it in.
snake? If he meant a snake, why didn't he say a snake? He said a fly.
Just listen.
No, that's what he said. So answer that.
You know,
If he meant a snake, the snake venom.
Not using your brains.
Why?
Sorry.
Why did he
You didn't
say a
even
fly?
think about the snake until I told you the snake.
Exactly.
But
No, that's the example you gave.
this is neither here nor there.
know what cures the snake venom?
Now, look.
The blood of the lamb.
Jesus,
The blood of the lamb.
who's the only
snake
true God?
poison. I know with the snake that was in the Garden of Eden.
Are you gonna talk or
If a
waffle?
snake bites someone,
Are you
yeah,
gonna talk
you know,
or
you know
waffle?
the blood of a lamb can help heal
Are
that.
you gonna talk or waffle?
Why do you think they call Jesus Christ the Lamb of God, bro?
Do you worship a lamb? Is that what you
He
worship?
was
A lamb?
the spotless
An
Lamb
animal?
of God, man.
You worship
He
an
was the
animal?
spotless Lamb of God. Yeah, we don't fuck them, bro. Like you, man. You understand?
A Christian
Get
using
me?
F language and so on and so
Yeah,
forth.
we look after lambs, bro. We don't need to
They have
have
learned.
a way with a lamb, bro.
But anyway, on the
Nasty shit, bro.
so who is the only true God? Who is the only true God?
Yahweh. It's Allah Yahweh.
Okay.
It's Allah
Now,
Yahweh.
what about
You can't answer that, can you? It's Allah Yahweh, bro.
What
if he
about-
is, then we are all
what was
part of the same
Jesus-
Abrahamic religion.
how
because the
did
God
Jesus-
of Abraham is Yahweh.
What language
So
did-
you either believe in Yahweh as the one true living God, bro, or like Allah is not Yahweh. Allah is not part of the Abrahamic religion. You need to answer, is Allah Yahweh?
Are you gonna listen or not?
If he is, then we're all
Are you
part of
going
the
to
Abrahamic
listen or
religion.
not?
If we're not, then Islam is something different. You guys
Let me
need to
know when
ask
you- when you
yourselves,
stop. Let me
is
know.
Yahweh
Allah,
Allah? Is Allah
will be
Yahweh?
killed.
If not,